Elma with the Talk of Life Talk Show with Elma. We have our special guest, Michael Barnett, who is going to be appearing on one of our upcoming shows. Right. So we want you to hear a little bit about Michael so you can understand how, when, and where it changed his whole life. Hi, Michael. How are you?
I'm doing fine.
Good, good. Michael, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I went here to high school through all that, and once I got to Houston, got hired for Southwest Airlines, and it kind of changed my life in two ways. It gave me money that I never thought I would ever make, for one. But then, you know, sometimes if you don't handle it right, I started wanting to go to clubs. I knew a lot of the Oilers and all that, and I started partying with them. And we was doing weed and a little powder, and the next thing I know, I began to start smoking crack. And that's when my whole life changed there.
So you was on crack cocaine?
Yes.
For how many years?
Approximately about 30 years.
Now, does he look like a person that's been on cocaine and crack for 30 years? Because most of them don't look nothing like Michael. Right. So you stayed on that for 30 years.
Yep.
And during those 30 years, did you get into any trouble?
Yeah, I got plenty of trouble. You can't do that and don't have no trouble. It comes with trouble. Everybody knows that. I went to jail 2 or 3 times. I went to prison for 2 years. That was a blessing, really, because they sent me to a drug offenders boot camp. It wasn't like the regular mass, you know, I mean, they had the dogs and the guns and all that, but it wasn't like you see on TV and stuff like that.
So it was like SACP, where it's basically a class for drugs.
Yeah, everybody in there was there for drugs, but...
How long did you have to stay there? Was it
2
6
years.
months? 2 years?
2 years, yeah.
2 years in prison.
In prison, yeah.
So his story is so awesome, but the thing of it is he got off of it. So tell us just real quickly, how did you get off of it?
Well, what I did was, I've been to several rehabilitation centers.
Okay.
And they tell you about what it does to your brain and how it affects your body and all that. But I didn't want to know how I got on it. I wanted to know how I got off of it. Yeah. And so, a friend of mine, he introduced me to Narcotics Anonymous.
Okay.
And, you know, it is an anonymous class, so I won't say too much about it. But
right.
They showed me the street to get on, to get off of it, what to do, how to do, you know. And the main thing that they let me know was I had to want to get off of it.
That's a good
point.
point.
What I'm saying? You're not going to get off of it if your heart is not really in it.
Right.
And so once I started doing that, it gave me all the avenues to get off of it, but it didn't give me the strength and the courage I needed to carry that out.
So did you do the 12 steps?
No, I never did one step.
Okay.
You know,
His 12 steps turned into be one step, and that was when he went to this church on the corner that God had told you to go to that church, and that's where you met Jesus there, right?
I had been about that's probably my 25th, 26th year of being on crack once I got to that church, and my mother had a friend here, because I grew up here in Fort Worth that we stayed across the street from, and I was homeless at the time, and living in my truck and all that, and I was married to my 4th wife, and so she told my mother for me to get in touch with her, and I did, and she told me to come to live with her. Well, she said, we want to church in the morning. I'm like, okay, cool. You know, it's one of those, you know, you don't tell her no. So I just got up and went to church with her, and it was a little white church on the corner, just like God told me it was going to be. And the pastor there was a little boy I used to carry on my shoulders all the time.
Really?
Yeah, and I told him, I said, man, I'm going to need you to carry me on your shoulders now. So...
so that's where you met Jesus at.
Yeah.
So y'all need to tune in to finish and to hear his story. This is Michael Barnett. Tune in every Monday and Thursday. You don't want to miss his show. May God bless you and keep you until we see you what? Face to face.
Face.